So yeah, I'm honestly in school and I hate it. I hate waking up to school. I hate the idea of school. I literally cannot even wake up to school. I be struggling. I don't even go sometimes. I just hate everything about school. The biggest reason why I hate school is because I think, in my opinion, this is all my opinion based. I don't think it does a good job at its purpose or what it's supposed to do, which is to educate the next generation, to educate the youth. I do not think that school does a good job at that. One of the biggest things is the things that it does not teach. I think that we can all agree that school doesn't could do a better job at teaching better topics. You go to school for like 12 to 13 years, and I feel like at the end of school, like once you're done with school, once you leave high school, like once you are thrown in the real world, you barely know stuff about the world that you live in, that you currently live in. You barely know how it works. I am not saying that the topics that school currently teaches, is useless or they shouldn't teach it. I'm just saying that they should teach other topics that are very important and relevant to somebody's life. Obviously, one of the biggest things is money. I know that everybody says that thing, oh, school doesn't teach about money, this is, but it's for a reason. School, one of the things that school should teach is money, because that is basically what the world is ran by. It's just money. Money is everywhere. Money is power. Money is everything. So if you don't teach about money, which if anything is the most important thing, like why not? And it's not just like teach how to make money. It's about, like, let's say having a class that teaches, well, yeah, how to make money, how to maintain money, how to invest the money, what you should do with your money, the habits that rich people do with their money that you can also do, and can put you in a better spot financially. Where did money come from? Why was money created? Like, there's a bunch of, you could go very deep when it comes to money, and they barely teach anything about money. Why am I out of school 12 years later, barely know anything about money? I barely know anything about business. Another topic could be mental health or physical health. For example, mental health, there's a bunch of people depressed. New people are just getting depressed like at a very rapid pace. Why is there not a class about mental health? Even in health class, like a unit or a heavy topic could be mental health. What makes somebody have good mental health? How to have a good mentality, a good mindset, how to view things in a positive way. And if you do that, you can have a better day. You can be in a better mood. You can be more productive. I had literally, for some reason, just a bunch of people are just getting depressed. And I feel like that is a big part about a human being, which is their mental health and their physical health. And that is not like a deep topic that is talked about in school. Another thing is, for physical class, I guess gym class is not bad. That is a good thing, it keeps you physically active. Another thing I could think of is like philosophy or religion. Philosophy, like any type of way of thinking or belief system, is not taught in school no more. Back then it used to, but why is there no religion in school? Or why is there no like belief system that is a positive one, that teaches and encourages good mental health, good physical health, good habits, good morals, good beliefs? Why is that not encouraged? Why is that not like pushed upon the next generation? I would say that obviously education is the most important thing. Education by far. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, the most important thing out there. And they know this. The school knows this, the government knows this. I feel like that's a big part as to why they do not teach certain things. Why do they not teach us about money? Why? Because if you have a generation that knows about money, and like I said, money equals power, we're gonna have power, we're gonna have some type of influence. They don't want that. They do not want that. Or else, if they did want it, it would be encouraged. It would be like a thing that just is. Like everybody is knows. about money and everybody is positive, like they know how to manage money, they know how to increase their wealth and become rich and successful. However, if anything, nobody knows it. There's a bunch of poor people. Basically, the top 1% of people are rich, which is a very small number. Most of the people are poor. Most of the people are in middle class, poor. They do not know nothing about money. All they do, or they are just trapped in a 9 to 5. Okay, so enough of me talking about school. I want to talk about what I will do about this issue. And this is the purpose of this YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, the purpose of it is to teach what I think people should be learning, which is, like I've said before, like learn about money, learn about physical, learn about mental health, how to have a good mental, learning about having good belief system, good morals, having about having discipline, being motivated to achieve your goals. This is what my YouTube channel. This is what I want my YouTube channel to be. Is to educate on things that people do not talk about, or that it's not encouraged to learn about this, or to educate yourself on this. If you honestly think about it, the internet and reading books, getting your information from another source that is not school, if you think about it, you can be like smarter. You can be very smart if you get your education from good sources. Most of the things that you have to learn to understand the world around you, to understand money, to understand um, mental stuff like psychology, to understand influence, to understand all of these topics, most of the education will come from reading books and being in the internet and watching content like educational content. You can come out of school being way above the people around you because you got what I deem as important education. You actually got important education from good sources. I do not think that school is a good source of actual education, and actual education that everybody should know. Not only that, but school also teaches stuff that not everybody wants to know, or not everybody has to know. If you think about it, you take a math class from first grade all the way to 12th grade. You will always have a math class in your schedule. Now, let's say I've already learned the basics. I already know how to properly add, multiply, subtract, everything in my head. Do I really need to learn all these complicated aspect about math? Is that a necessity? I'm not saying that it's bad if you know, or that that information cannot come in handy, but is it a necessity? I would say no. I do not think that these complex topics is a necessity in order to, let's say, become successful in life. I do not need pre-calculus in order to become successful. I do not need chemistry. I do not need these topics. So not only do they teach you certain stuff for all those years, but that information, you don't even need it. And third of all, you cannot even pick whether you get to learn it or not. So you are forced to learn something you do not want to learn. And second of all, you are learning things that you do not even need. Now, if I want to become a scientist, then of course I would need chemistry. I would need science. I would need all certain topics, certain classes. If I want to become a doctor, I would also need certain classes. If I want to become this, I would need certain classes. If I want to, but why am I forced to learn something I do not want to learn? And that basically ties back into, you know, where this video started. You know how, why I hate it. Waking up early in the morning to go to a place where you know that you are not being educated on the things you want to be educated on, and then you know that that information will not be valuable to you in the long term. how am I supposed to wake up being motivated? Now, some people may say, well, you're getting your degree, and your degree could help you get a better job, and you need that degree. Well, sure, but that doesn't take away like my point, which my point is that school does a bad job at actually providing education, which that is the purpose of school, to educate. I do not think it does a good job at educating. And my last point I want to bring is that if you do your research and you look back at ancient times, I'm talking about ancient um, Rome, ancient Greece, these ancient times where philosophy was a big thing. There was a lot of philosophers. During that time, education was a priority. They valued education, good education. Philosophy, they had a belief system. They would educate people on how to be strong, how to be stoic, stoicism, how to be stoic, how to control your emotions, how to be mentally strong, how to do these complex mental stuff, and also physical. People back then, they had to have be healthy physically, have to be strong physically because of war. They went into war a bunch of times. There was always fighting. So if you were to be raised during those times, you would learn from somebody that is very smart, like a mentor. You would learn from somebody, and they would pass down their knowledge to you, their belief system, their everything I just mentioned. And back then, you actually would have been smart. You actually would have been a very smart and strong person. But if you look at it now, as soon as you leave school, like I said, you know nothing. You're not physically strong. You're not mentally strong either. You have no idea what to do. The only thing you know what to do as soon as high school ends is to get a job and go to college. Go to college, pay off your student loan if you do get one, and then slowly but surely you will get your career, whatever it is. That is the only thing they teach for 12 years. That after school, gotta get a 9 to 5, so then you could switch to your actual career job. That is the only thing they teach. Every single teacher. What college are you going to? Have you applied to college? What majors are you interested? That is the only thing like pushed, like the agenda. That's the only thing that you hear from teachers. And the fact is that I know why school is this bad. It's because that is its purpose. Because if I were to ask you something, if you think that the purpose of school is to actually educate, to push the next generation forward, if you think that is its purpose, why does it do such a bad job? I would say it's because it's on purpose. The purpose of school is not to educate, or to give the bare minimum of education. Because if the priority of school was to actually teach the next generation and actually make people smarter, and by the time they leave school, they know exactly what to do with their life, they have a sense of purpose, they have, they are ambitious, they want to work towards these ambitious as goals. And school is the way it is because somebody made it like that. Somebody made the system, somebody laid out this system and said, this is the system of school. And this system that they created for school is not a good system. Its purpose is not to teach and educate. It's not. That's not they do not want you watching this. They do not want you educated. They do not want you being an ambitious person. They do not want you thinking outside of the box. This system was crafted against you. You're going to school right now, and that system that you're going to, that school that you're going to, it was made against you. So it's not helping you. And obviously, do not let this influence you. If you want to go to school or you want to go to college, whatever it is, go ahead. That's good. If anything, that's good. You know what you want. However, if you do not know what you want, I would not suggest to go to college when you have no idea what you're doing. You're gonna commit to something that you're not really that sure about. I'm making this video to just make you think about school, because I'm pretty sure you don't really think about school and its purpose and it's the system and does it really educate. I'm just speaking to make you watching this video think about it. I'm not here to influence you. I'm not here to make you believe the same thing I'm believing. I'm just here to expose you a piece of information you do not usually hear. You do not usually hear people talking about that. So that's pretty much it. With much love, thank you for watching.